think the challenge we've got now, and I've seen this over the last 5 years, is the metrics that we define our industry right now are not increasing in the right direction. What needs to happen is people need to get better about how they approach games, understand what the metrics are, and figure out better ways to use analytics to increase user engagement. Test, iterate, refine. I think it's one where, as games as a service, you can't get caught up in putting out the very best. I think it's got to be, iteration to greatness. And what that means is testing things in the market, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, but having the fortitude to stick with it and stick with the plan. I've seen so many folks who get to a certain point, and right when they should be doubling down, decide to shut down because the testing hasn't been there and they just don't have a path to success. And if you think about the triad of what it takes to run a game, there's the marketing, acquisition, there's the game manager, and there's the content. I think all of that starts at a point of trying to understand who your player is and the behaviors that motivate them. And I think that's a challenge in and of itself. But taking a step above that, the marketing guy's challenge is figuring out how to get the right guys into his game and really preserve budget to know who to target. And then working with the right parties to help them find those players. That's not easy, and it can be costly to do so. Then when you think about the game managers, understanding what are the things that motivate my players to stay in my game and come back to my game on a daily basis. It's not just metrics, it's actually the game, and understanding how do I influence their behavior, how do I understand what motivates them, and put those dynamics into the game. And finally, I think from a content, it's getting constant feedback from the other two and understanding how do I make content that people want to engage with or that are finding enjoyable. And all of those things are mutually exclusive, and they're also very tied together. And so I think it's difficult in that regard to manage each of the pieces that you need to do to deploy and keep your game running for an extended period.